Hello, this is a message for Year 13 students, that is those students who've just received their A-level and BTEC results and their parents. Now, the purpose of this message is to try and unpack and make sense of the situation as it is today. And I'm making this video at 10 o'clock on Monday the 17th of August. Now, I'm very much aware, as you are of course, that the situation is a very fast moving, very dynamic, and that what I say now could be out of date tomorrow or even this afternoon. So do bear that in mind. Anyway, I wanted to unpack the situation we're in, make sense of it, and also provide some reassurance and support as well. So the first thing I'd like to discuss is what actually happened. So as you may well know, the school submitted our centre assessed grades that are being discussed as CAGs to the exam boards on the deadline in June. Those are the teacher assessed grades, and Ofqual processed those grades. Now, it's unclear whether Ofqual actually used those grades at all. Okay, but what we do know is that Ofqual, instead of moderating them using teams of experts, chief examiners, Ofsted inspectors, HMIs, etc., applied what's called an algorithm to a data set. Now, an algorithm, of course, is a kind of equation. I don't mean to patronise you, but there may be some who don't know. And so it may have been that they applied that to teacher assessed grades. We think not. We think that they applied that algorithm to historic data. That is individual data, which could have been Key Stage 2 or GCSEs, combined with historic subject data for Southborough High School. And what that means in simple terms is last year's results and possibly the year before and the year before in specific subjects. So, for example, in subjects where last year's cohort attained poorly, for example, then this year's results would have been moved down. Now, there weren't many subjects where students did achieve really poorly last year, but it's the application of last year's results to this year's results which we think has happened, combined with individual historic data. And that has led to a significant downgrading of A-level and BTEC results. So Mr. Sanders has been doing some analysis, and it looks as though approximately 52% of our entries have been downgraded. 52%, so that's very significant. Now, I need to be clear that I think that this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I do not support the way in which these grades have been downgraded. I really need to be clear on that. And so the next thing for me to talk about is what we're doing about that. So the first thing, as you will have seen from the sixth form Google Classroom, is that we will be appealing all downgraded results. We will be appealing all downgraded results, so please be assured of that. Secondly, we are campaigning hard to have the centre assessed grades, that's the teacher assessed grades, reinstated. And we're doing that by working with our MP, Ed Davey, with the council, and with professional associations and unions, journalists, of course, including Newsnight, and hopefully you will have seen that special report on Thursday evening. So we're campaigning hard. In addition to that, we are offering support to A-level students and BTEC students, of course, affected by this. It's quite possible that you'll be quite upset, you'll be feeling quite isolated, quite uncertain. And so what I need to say to you is this: if you are feeling like that, please do reach out to the school. Please do send me an email. Please do send Mr. Sanders an email. You know our email addresses. If not, mine is nsmith@southborough.kingston.sch.uk. So please reach out, and we will put appropriate support in place. Now that could be emotional support, it could be mental health support, it could be advice as to what to do next, or indeed guidance, or it could be a referral to another agency. There's lots of organisations working together on this at the moment. So let's now think about action that you can take. Okay, so you're all 18, you're all adults, and there are some things that you can do to improve this situation, and certainly to increase that sense of agency, which is really important, because you may also be feeling quite powerless at the moment. So what you can do is write to your politicians. That's what you can do. So either Boris Johnson, Gavin Williamson, your MP, or indeed your councillors. You can write to universities, particularly if you've been affected. Now you can write by email, of course, but it can sometimes be more effective to write actually a proper physical paper letter. And the reason that that's the case is that it's quite easy to ignore an email sometimes. It appears on the screen, you glance at it, and then it comes up as read, etc. With a physical letter, you actually have, if you receive one, you actually have the letter in front of you. You actually have it on your desk, if you receive it, of course, and that can be more powerful. So think about that. Please do get involved in social media campaigns as well, using appropriate hashtags and all that kind of stuff. Twitter is probably the most politically useful, so you can do that. You can, of course, you're the younger generation, you can engage with Snapchat, or indeed you could make a TikTok video. I have no idea how you would make one of those, but you could have a go, have fun. You could also, of course, participate in the variety of campaigns that are going on, or indeed attend a demonstration. Now, if you attend a demonstration, please make sure that it's organised and it's a peaceful demonstration, of course. There is also some talk nationally and locally about legal campaigns. It's early days for that, but I think it might come to that, so you might want to look into that too. So I'd like to conclude with some reassurance. I can assure you, in fact I can promise you, that I, as head teacher, and the staff of Southborough High School will not give up on this, and we're not giving up. So we are working hard in every way that we can to right these wrongs and to make sure that you get the grades that you deserve. And we will get there. We will get there, so don't despair. Okay. Thank you.